Hello and welcome to Nuggets for Wisdom. We're so glad that you're joining us again, and we hope and believe that you've been encouraged and blessed. And thank you for those who've been sending their comments and those of you who've been, just asking questions maybe. And today we're continuing with our series on the 5 keys for a happy relationship.
Yeah.
We did the first one last week, 5 keys, and today we're going on to the second key. And the second key today is on openness. Openness in a relationship. How would that help us to build a happy relationship?
So openness. We're talking about openness today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Openness is a big one, isn't it? And I think it's the more sensitive part of your relationship is how can we be more transparent? How can we be more open to allow us to enjoy our relationship? How can that help us? So in essence is we grow up doing things ourselves separately. We take decisions ourselves. We do whatever we want to do. Now you've come together with someone else, and this person is challenging your decisions, is challenging or is asking questions. I hear a lot of things when from a boy or girl or man or woman, and you hear things like when they're going out, why does she want to know where I am? Things like that. And the girl is asking questions. Why, you told me you were going to call me at 5 o'clock. Why did you not call me? And those kind of stuff starts the process, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think the personality also comes in as well. I think naturally some people have grown up to be very open
Yeah.
or not to be open.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think that in itself is a fault. It's just how they are. But now bringing that into the relationship, how does that affect us? For instance, in our relationship,
Yeah.
I am the one that is not very open. And the truth is, it didn't start with our relationship.
Yeah, you're not the one that's very open. I'm happy you admit that.
And you are the person who is very open. And it did not start with our relationship.
No, it didn't. And you're
And
right.
I think it's good to remember that.
Yeah, I think you're right for us to take it from that point of view. And I'm so happy you could admit that.
Yeah.
That you're not the one open. And
Yeah.
is actually more based initially, you can see, on personality.
Yeah.
But then that can affect like our differences. In a few videos back we spoke about differences in relationship.
Yeah.
And this could affect your relationship.
So
in a
talking about
negative way.
ourselves, we came into this relationship. I wasn't open. You were very open. You would tell me stuff. I'm thinking, if it were me, I won't tell you.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I remember there was a point where you say, "Why are you telling me this?" Yeah, I know.
And
yeah.
it doesn't have to, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a secretive thing. It just means I'm just thinking I'm uncomfortable sharing that.
And the thing, one of the things that strikes me with openness is it actually affects the trust
Yeah.
in the relationship. It
Yeah.
gradually
Yeah.
erodes the trust if we are not open, and if our spouse feels like
Yeah.
there's something you're hiding. You actually might not be hiding anything. Like an example is we were talking about this morning. Someone taking a phone call from somebody, particular person, but you're always leaving the room. So your partner or your spouse does not know.
Feel uncomfortable.
It feels uncomfortable, and you tend to now want to ask the person, so what were you talking about? Rather than the person coming to say, oh yeah, it is this person. Oh, she said this.
And bringing that to our relationship. If that were me and I take a phone call, I don't want to tell you all the details.
Exactly.
Not because I'm hiding anything. I'm just thinking, why do I want to? And if you take a phone call, I'm thinking, I don't want you to tell me all the details. I don't want to.
Because I talk too much.
No, not necessarily. I'm just thinking that's just not me. I just want to know, okay, that person called last, and you tell me, oh, is this person taking? I'm thinking, I don't want to know. And I think it's now important to know that I need to now relearn myself.
Yeah.
To know that, there's a way that will affect our chemistry. There's a way that will affect our connection, the way we relate together. If I don't relearn myself and say, there are things I need to begin to say, like you would testify that there are times when I'll tell you something and I say, okay, actually, I had to really think about that properly, because normally I wouldn't say that. But this is just me being open. No.
But I think, like we always say, it takes practice. And we always try and bring it back to our relationship. We have to learn how it's affecting us, because if I kept quiet, it's going to start affecting me. I'll start, and this happens in a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
You're saying to yourself, I don't know, but there's just something about this guy, or there's something about I think she's hiding something from me, and it grows gradually, and the person might be hiding something from you, or they might not be.
But I think it's more suspicious when you now begin to find out information's outside, and you're thinking, I should know that. Because the point is, we're talking about me not being open, but it can get excessive where you now forget or refuse to share something that is important to the relationship. Maybe, somebody came to see me in the office yesterday and I didn't tell you.
Or they're coming home at 5 p.m. and they told you 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and then you begin to see, then you begin to wonder, what else are you not telling me?
Exactly.
That I don't know. And then when there's distrust, the other person begins to hold some things back and think, I'm not going to tell you that information as well.
And I think you said something that actually made it drove it home more. You could think that, and sometimes I know in our relationship, there are things I'll ask you, maybe someone else told me outside, and you say, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to upset you or affect your feelings.
But now actually,
But I now know, and it's even more upsetting that someone else told me. So sometimes we do things like that because we're thinking, I want to protect the other person, but the other person don't feel protected when they don't trust you. To build openness in your relationship.
What of a situation where you've not been open, and then you now realize that we can't have a happy, we can't have a happy relationship like this. It's actually just just affecting us negatively, whether you want to admit it or not. But you now realize. So what steps can you begin to take?
I think the thing is acknowledging that, and like we always say, you need to want to have that good relationship. You need to want to have it. So the point is, if you acknowledge it, then you need to take pride into consideration. Why am I not doing this? What would happen to me if I do it? Can I be humble enough, vulnerable enough?
And that's a wonderful thing to say, because for someone who is not very open, it's a big thing for you.
Yeah,
you're thinking,
it's a massive thing.
And I think it's good for the other person to know that if you have a spouse that's not very open, when they're open to you, be careful how don't just go and tell everybody what they tell you, because it might not matter. For instance, you will tell everybody your business. So if I tell somebody your business, it wouldn't matter to you. But I wouldn't tell anyone my business. So if I tell you as my spouse, I don't want a friend to come in the house and you're discussing with them and saying, you know what, do you know this happened?
So it's same thing like we said before, setting boundaries even around that. I want to be vulnerable. I know this is affecting us. I want to be open, but this is what I don't want, kind of thing. This is what's going to help me. This is what you did before that made me stop being open. And this is how you not being open has affected me.
I think that's important. That start slowly, start the openness and say, there's some things I've kept from you. They're not necessarily secrets, but I've not shared them with you. Now I'm going to begin to share with you. And I think for someone who's not very open, look at your life and begin to share little things. Maybe for instance, me, if I miss the boss, if I miss the boss or something negative happened to me, I wouldn't share it because I just feel like, I don't want to share that. And actually that's one of the things you need to begin to learn to share with your spouse.
So
practice from things that look unimportant.
Practice. So thank you again for staying with us. We love your comments. We love the people that have subscribed. Please visit our YouTube page, Nuggets for Wisdom, and send us comments. It's really, really encouraging to see people send their comments, subscribe to the channel, and share. God bless you, and see you next time for point number 3.